So this is my progress report for my research paper that I'm doing on the advantages and disadvantages of distance learning. The purpose of my report will focus on the advantages and the disadvantages of distance learning, to spell them out, and to provide recommendations for people if they're thinking of taking a distance learning class. The data that I will gather will be for future students. Distance learning has actually been around since the 1800s. I did not know this. They started with correspondence courses, where you could purchase correspondence courses. They'd mail you the information, you'd take the test, and they'd mail it back, and then you'd mail it back. It provides an alternative to the traditional classroom, provides being able to take the class on your own time, rather than having a set schedule to go to class at a certain time. And because of that, it is not always a method for everyone, because some people do need to learn on a certain schedule. The preliminary outline that I'm doing is to do a brief history of distance learning, to let everyone know about the fact that it has been around for so long. And then I'll go through the advantages of distance learning, which my initial research has found that, cost-wise, it benefits people, along with adults that are working full-time. They are able to learn and take their courses on their own schedule. But the disadvantages is if you are the type of learner that needs to have instruction and have immediate interaction with your instructor, that poses a difficulty. And also, if you have to have a certain learning style, then that's not always met by distance learning. And the advantages and disadvantages, I'm hoping to be able to provide recommendations for future students to make the decision easier to take a distance learning class. My qualifications for doing this research project is that I'm presently taking a distance learning class right now at College of Southern Maryland, and I have taken several of them, and some have been a good experience and some have not been so good. And I've also completed online training courses at my job. The sources that I'm going to use for this research project is different websites that have information about distance learning, but the main one I found is very beneficial was distancelearningplan.com. It has lists the advantages, the disadvantages. It has strategies for individuals to use to be successful at distance learning, plus my current and past experience with taking those types of courses. This is my work plan. I have completed the initial search and visited various websites on distance learning. I've bookmarked those. This past weekend, I have reviewed all my bookmarked sites and developed the draft progress report. And tomorrow I plan on presenting that to my professor. By November 28th, I plan on completing and editing the long report, and then submitting the final draft of the long report to my professor. The outcome of my report would be a concise, informative report on distance learning. Any questions?
Would you personally recommend having a distance learning course?
I would personally recommend it, but I would also say it depends on the course.